So, I think this is one of the prettiest days we have had in a very long time. I just saw one of my neighbors out doing some stuff in front of their house, and they were wearing short sleeves and no coat, which I don't think it's actively short sleeve weather. When I looked at the temperature before I stepped outside, it was 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 0 degrees for you Celsius people. But without a ton of wind and with this brilliant, absolutely beautiful sun, it feels pretty dang good. So we're going to go for a real walk. I would love to say that we're going to go all the way around the lake, but they only plow the road for so far. And I don't know if you can see my leg, but the snowbank is still quite a bit higher than would be comfortable to walk in. So I decided to come out, and I would say touch grass, but I can't find any grass yet. I could just touch snow. Yay! It's amazing what a little bit of sunlight will do for your mental health. So I think the best thing about walking today is we got a little bit of snow yesterday, which means that the ice has just a little coating of snow, which means I was actually able to get out for a walk without having to dig out ice cleats. We're at that stage of winter where it's almost melting, which means it refreezes, which is bad. Oh, hey, look, dirt! That's dirt. That is official dirt. It's not grass. Still can't touch grass. But that is dirt. That's exciting. I would love to get all excited and say that it's spring. And sometimes it almost feels like spring, because I have seen raccoons. But it's still only March, which means it's not spring. I think I've mentioned before, there is a meme that goes around Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, usually about this time of year. And it talks about the 11 seasons of Michigan. And of those 11 seasons of Michigan, only 3 are not winter. Oh, it's just the leaves rustling. I thought there was an animal. But yeah, you have summer, and you have fall, and you have almost winter, then you have Indian summer, then you have real winter, then you have the Spring of Deceit, winter again. I don't know, there's 11 of them. And one of these days I'm going to find that meme and actually save it to my phone. Because I see it every year, and every year it makes me laugh. Because it feels very true. The woods look so different in winter. The road looks so different in winter. But this is the good part of winter. Everything's beautiful. And I actually feel like I can get out. Ooh, that's more dirt. After an entire season of very featureless white, seeing a little bit of dirt on the road gets you a little bit excited. So the grand plan is to go up to the boat launch. Hopefully I can get to it. And look out over the main body of the lake. The other part of the main plan is just to actually get out, get the fresh air, and some exercise that is not in my basement. And maybe even soak up some real live vitamin D. That tree looks really cool. So this is all kinds of dirt. Also, kind of glad I wasn't filming. Although it would have been an interesting shot. I did hit a patch of ice. Didn't fall. Did slide. So you guys probably would have been aimed at the ceiling for a minute. And yes, I know that that's the sky. But calling it the ceiling is fun. Oh, it feels so weird to hear mud slopping. You know, if my channel ever gets big enough to get sponsors, I think the sponsor that I really need is that Vessi shoe place. Especially this time of year, I could give a pair of Vessi shoes a workout. And one of those mattress companies. I would totally take a mattress company sponsorship. Be like, yes, this is wonderful to sleep on. Best sleep ever. Somehow I don't see anyone sponsoring me. But you know, you can dream every now and then. Ooh, footprint. I think that's a dog. Not too many interesting animal footprints. Mostly what I have seen is dog and squirrel. I'm actually really surprised. I have not seen any deer this winter, which seems a bit silly. Most years I see them. I don't know if we can get to the boat launch. You can definitely see where they stopped plowing. Or did they? That's a really good question. Let's find out. Well, normally to get to the boat launch, you go right there. I'm not going to try that. Also, it's almost warm enough that I am regretting wearing this coat. Not going to take it off because that would just be dumb. But I do almost regret it. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting to the boat launch. Well, we can see the main part of the lake. Yep. I should have brought my snowshoes. Ah, well. Tra-la. Life, she does go on. And I know better than to walk the rest of the way around the lake. At least if I don't want boots filled with snow. Amusing in theory, not nearly as amusing in practice. I'll try and get a better spot where I can get a shot of the lake. Well, I can't exactly get the whole sweep of the lake, but you can kind of see where it's supposed to be from the road. It looks bigger in the summer. Maybe because in the summer I can actually stand right by the water. Also, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but it makes me laugh when the sun heats up like a leaf and makes it melt itself into the snow. Or a stick or anything else. It's so funny. It's just gonna make its own little home. There it goes. And then sometimes in the morning, you can come back out and the melt will have melted down and like done a little bit of water over the leaf, and then you have a perfect leaf on ice underneath. It's the silly things up here that make me happy in the winter. Who am I kidding? It's the silly things up here that make me happy in the summer. And the fall. And the spring. This is one of the spots on the road that's almost the last to melt. Probably has something to do with all those big thick hemlocks. This is a great spot to walk in the summer though. When it's actually hot out. Even if I don't really remember what being hot out feels like right now, I do know that the shade of the hemlocks is always very welcome on a walk in the summer. Not so much in the winter. And kicking snow is fun. Except when you accidentally kick a big old hunk of ice and then your toes yell at you for like 3 days because you weren't wearing boots. Not saying that that's something I've done. I'm just saying, I I've heard stories about it. At least I've never actually broken a toe doing it. I don't know if that's a dog going out in the woods to play, or a fox coming out of the woods to look for squirrel. That's a good question. I don't know the answer. I'm kind of guessing, since the tracks are here with human tracks, that it's probably dog going to play. But I can tell myself all kinds of dumb stories about it. Well, I hope that spring continues to be a thing that creeps along slowly but surely, and soon we can go for a spring walk where I don't have to put a question mark in the title about. That's my goal. Also, I would like to see flowers again sometime soon. But the wind is starting to pick up, so I'm going to turn you guys off for now. And home again, to where there's actually some more mud slash water. Yeah, it's actual liquid water. That's exciting. And way more footprints. I think I see more animals here around the house than I ever do on a walk. Like that. That, I'm pretty sure, is a fox. Mostly because I always see the tracks coming out of the woods. And that one is a gray squirrel. And I'll see if I can find one of the cute little red squirrels. At least footprints. And those all look like gray squirrel. Red squirrel is much, much smaller. You can definitely tell where I feed them, because there's a lot of activity on that stump, isn't there? Walking is good for the mentality, but home is good for the soul. I guess walking is also good for the soul, but you know, details. Oh, there's red squirrel down there. Those little teeny tiny ones. Anyway, glad to be home. Also, putting the car in the garage was about the smartest thing that I could have possibly done. Oh, and one more thing, because I think it's hilarious. So, this is what happens when your metal roof starts to heat up enough to let the snow start coming off on an unheated house. Because there's nobody in that house right now. But it does make one heck of an overhang, doesn't it? Soon. Spring will be soon. That is the promise of every winter, that there will be a spring again. So, thank you for joining me on this walk. I think it was a wonderful one. I feel much better mentally, and I'm ready to face another week. So, I will see you throughout the week. Have a good one.